All right, all right, all right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 2024 Marvel's Marbles Fantasy Football League format show. I've been doing this for a while now. I think this is at least the fourth, if not the fifth year, and it's always a mouthful. So, you guys know the routine. At this point, we're doing co-commissioner that we're picking today. We're picking the divisions. We are the divisions. The theme has been picked. Albert chose, so that's we're in for a good one this year. We're picking our draft order, and also obviously we'll be revealing the championship jersey as well that Albert chose for us this year. You can see this is the trophy. You guys all know what it looks like. Mike started with it. Ryan had it. I've had it. So hopefully, obviously I would like to try to win it again if I can. But at the same point, I would not be upset if somebody, especially somebody who hasn't won it this year. Always want to spread the wealth, and everybody gets a pop at that. So, like I said, we're going to go through and go. I've got some information in regards to the draft, which is going to be fun. So, again, no matter, really what it comes down to it is 1 through 12. While you may want the 1 and think the 1 is good, maybe it is, maybe it's not. Maybe you think you wind up getting stuck with the 9th or 10th. You think that's bad, you'd be surprised. So we'll see what happens. So this is, we're just going to jump right in and start here. We are going to, like I said, we're going to start doing the co-commissioner. At this point, this year, the only two in it were Christina and Mike. Or should I say Mike and Christina, because Mike jumped in for it first. There were 2 others that were really, really tempted to throw their name in this year, but they weren't sure if they were going to be able to completely commit as much as they would want to. So to be safe, they didn't come forward with it, which is perfectly fine. So we'll get going here, and we're gonna be doing the last standing game like we usually do. So each of them have 4 entries into the hat. The first one that I pull all 4 of their names, they are eliminated, and the last person with a name remaining in the hat is who the co-commissioner will be. So let's get going and see what we got here. We'll put that back in. Okay, Mike, he gets the first X. I didn't write this down. Let me do this. Okay. Alright. We'll do a reshuffle here. Now, because it's only just the 2 of them, I also added in some blank entries. Oh, wow. Mike, again. I added in some blank entries in there. So this way, there's a little bit more dramatic factor, I guess you could kind of say, into it. A little bit more fun level on there. At some point, I think I may actually have to get up and get a pen, because at first this pen was working good, and now it's not, which is not ideal. So, oh, there we go. All right, Christina, she's got an X. All right, so she's still in the lead, but she's got an X on her, so she's got a strike, and Mike's got 2. So let's see what we got here. All right, this was one of the blank ones. I was pulling them out that I was talking about on there. So we pulled one of those. Let's get this back in here. Oh, this is going to be such a good year. I didn't think this was going to be a good year, but with all the free agency moves in the off season, it's going to be an interesting. It's almost going to be like a completely brand new league. Oh wow, Mike, that's your 3rd strike. So 1 more, and I think this is at least the 2nd, maybe the 3rd time, but at least the 2nd time you've put in for it. I think you put it in for the 1 year when it was I think Steve. You can't get a break with this stuff. You'll get it one day. If you don't get it now, who knows? I don't know. But I'm sure you'll eventually get it. All right, Christina. She has her second strike on there. Oh. All right, what's this one? Oh, and that's all she wrote. Mike, that is your fourth and final strike on there. So we've got Christina as the co-commissioner. Now, Mike, obviously, you're not completely ruled out because remember, in this case, you would basically be pulled into a backup situation being the pocket commissioner. So if Christina is involved in a trade, she can't evaluate that. So you and me would discuss that. If I'm involved in a trade, then you and Christina would discuss that. So you would still basically come into situations if me and her are involved in trades. So you're basically the red phone. You got the Batman phone in terms of you'd be looking to possibly come into play. Okay, so with that being said, that's out of the way. We had a lot of interesting topics in regard to what we were throwing around for the division theme this year, and a lot of them were good. I didn't see any that I thought were kind of silly or not ideal, but I think Albert, he chose a good one, like I said, and this is one we're all going to be happy with. I don't think of the 12 of us, and I'll actually say 10 because me and Albert, we already know and we already discussed it. So of the 10 of you, everybody loves this guy. Who doesn't like Adam Sandler, right? So we're going with Adam Sandler movies. Okay, so specifically, not only are we doing Adam Sandler movies, specifically Division A, and I did them based on the year. So of the three movies, Division A is going to be the oldest movie. Division B is going to be the movie that was made after that. Division C is going to be the most recent movie of the three. So Division A is going to be Happy Gilmore. I believe, if I recall, I know I wrote it down. I don't know where. I think that was made in 96. All right. So we were going to have Happy Gilmore of Division A. All right. Then we're going to have The Waterboy. Okay. Waterboy is going to be Division B. All right. Mama said foosball the devil. So that one's going to be over there. And then another one which, honestly, I think it might actually be the best of all three movies. Considering what we're talking about football here, between Burt Reynolds, Nelly, Michael Irvin, just like a whole lot of that cast for The Longest Yard, I think this might be the best movie of these three. We can get into that. That's another debate in itself. But the longest yard, that's going to be Division C. So then that's going to be over here. All right. So again, we're going to have Happy Gilmore, Waterboy, and The Longest Yard. And we'll go through. The schedule, I already kind of have the pieces of it figured out. So I just need to place the names into the divisions, and then I can easily transfer those names to fill in the slots of the schedule. So we will do that. Now I got the two hats here. First thing is, like I said, we're going to pick a name, and then we'll do, so this will be 1, this will be 2, and then this will be 3. All right, on here, on the paper I put ABC, on the paper I put 1, 2, 3. So if you see a 1, it's going to be Happy Gilmore. If you see a 2, it's going to be Waterboy. If you see a 3, it's going to be Longest Yard. But what we're going to do is pick out a name first. Once I pull out a name, I'm going to pick out a number. That name goes in that division. We've got this figured out. We've done this before. All right. So first things first is we've got. Okay, I did backwards. So let's switch these. There we go. So we pulled Division 1. We've got Ryan Bradley is going to Division 1. So, okay. Oh. And what do we got here? Okay, we got Big Brother. We've got Josh. Where's Josh going to go? Josh, where do you think you're going to go? Do you want to go into the division with your brother and you guys have a household battle all year? Or do you want to go somewhere separate? Josh, you are in Division 1 with your brother. Family battles. Okay. All right. Whew. It's actually a pretty nice day out there today with all this rain we've been having and the hurricane. No humidity at all, at least not yet. Okay, so we got Hamilton. His name's coming off the board early. Where's he going to go? I got a feeling he's probably going to fill up one of the other divisions he hasn't that are unoccupied at the moment. Let's see. Yep. Hamilton is going to be starting Division 2. Okay. Give it a good mix up. All right. And who's this? Chance. Chance, I know if I recall, I think your birthday's in a few days, and you got lucky last year. Do you think you're going to have that same luck this year? And if you had that same luck this year, would you maximize on it? You had the number 1 pick the past 2 years. All right, Chance is going to be starting Division 3. So at this point, all divisions have been started right now. Okay. There's a real chance this could be interesting. I know Division 1 is going to be Happy Gilmore. I know that's going to be interesting with Josh and Ryan being in the same division. So I'm not doubting that the slightest bit. What do we got? All right. Matt is up. Where's he going to go? Matt is going to Division 2. So he's going to join Hamilton. All right. So we're almost halfway through this. Still got a good number of names to go through. Where do you want to go? What do you guys generally think about these divisions overall? Do you think that they are... Do you think that there's ever a week... Now again, keep in mind, if everyone in this league is pretty solid, but do you ever think that there is a weak division, or do you think that all the divisions are pretty well balanced, or there are tough divisions? That's something that's hard to come across. Christina, she is out, so let's check her number. Let's see where she's going to wind up going. Let's see, Happy Gilmore. Christina strikes me as a water boy type of division person. Mama says foosball, the devil. I think I just said that like 5 minutes ago. Vicky Valancourt, though, I could see her doing that. Nope, she's going Happy Gilmore, Division 1, with Ryan, Bradley, and Josh. So this is nearly an Acura-based division. At this point, it would be funny if either myself or Jose went to Division 1. That would be an Acura loaded division. That would be funny. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are halfway at this point. Divisions are almost done. What do we got here? Who's this? Who's this? All right, we got Ryan Mays the other Ryan, the original Ryan. Ryan, if I recall, I have some information here. We'll get into in a little bit, but Ryan, he's entering his 7th season. Ryan will be in Division 3. He'll be over there with Chance. Okay. Alright, so got some interesting names left. Myself, Albert, Jarrett, Jose. Who am I missing? I know I'm missing one. And Mike. So, some interesting names still out there. And Albert, there he is. The big influence, the big name for a lot of things happening in this season. Where's he going? He's going to Division 2 with Hamilton and Matt. Let's see. Okay. All right. 4 remain. Jarrett, your name has been summoned. Honestly, at this point, I know none of the divisions are complete. And of Division 3, there's only 2 names, which is Chance and Ryan Mays. But at this point, the way the divisions are looking, I would say that they're all pretty well balanced. I don't see saying that there's any preference. So Jarrett, he is going to Division 3 with Big Brother. So that's kind of interesting how each of the divisions have brothers battling. So there's 3 names remaining. Sean. Honestly, I don't know where I would want to go. Like I said, all these names are tough. All right, it's a family affair, Division 1. So me and Christina get to battle. Josh and Ryan, they get to battle. So all the family members seem to be paired up. So in the last 2 names we got, it's Mike and, I'm going blank. Mike and Jose. Mike and Jose. Jose, your name has been chosen. All right, let's see, where's he gonna go? Jose, you are going to Division 2, which obviously, on the basis of the names and options left, we can see that that means Mike is going to go to Division 3. So just to do a quick recap. So for Division 1, which is Happy Gilmore, we're going to have Ryan Bradley, Josh, Christina, and Sean. That's your first division. Your Division 2 is Waterboy, which is going to be Hamilton, Matt, Albert, and Jose. And then your third division, which is the Longest Yard. That's actually the one I really wanted. The Longest Yard is going to be Chance, Ryan Mays, Jarrett, and Mike. And that's actually kind of like that's actually kind of like a doubled up division as well. because you figure Ryan and Jarrett being brothers, and then Mike and Chance being best friends. Mike brought Chance into the league, so they get to battle twice a year there too. So really, it's the Waterboy division is kind of like the big question mark in terms of what's going on there with everybody. At this point, right now, we're doing the draft. That is where we are at. Now, as we're going through, I do have some papers here with some information on it. As you've seen my notebook, I have the notebook based on, just out of curiosity, I did some things. We probably all remember where we drafted last year. But I checked the draft order from basically our previous season of 23 all the way back to 2015. Now, 2015 is kind of far-fetched at this point because me and Christina are the only originals from that point. 2016, Albert and Matt came in, so I've been able to track their draft progress all the way up to current, as they're both in their 9th season. But yeah, for a lot of you guys, Mike, this is your 8th season. Ryan Mays, this is your 7th. Chance, this is your 6th. Albert, again, your 9th. Matt, your 9th. Josh, you're in your 7th. Jose, this is your 3rd. Hamilton, this is your 2nd. And I'm just going through here real quick. I don't think I missed anyone. I hope not. But yeah, in terms of, kind of what you guys have been able to do with the picks that you've had, and then also in terms of the history of the league, what the end result is expecting has historically shown out of that draft pick. So, like I said, you might be excited, you might be looking for something. Depending on what it is, you might have to say, you know what, I'm coming into the season, I want to prove everyone wrong and make something out of that draft pick, because historically it's not good luck, or historically, it's been successful. I have a good opportunity here based on what the odds show me. So we'll see. We'll go with that. All right, so let me just pull another piece of paper from over here, and then we'll get going on the draft real quick. So far, this pen seems to be working, so I'm going to try to stick with it. All right, here we go. Let the 2024 draft commence. I'm going to give it one last good shake over here. All right. The number 12 pick in the 2024 draft, Matt. Now, historically in this league, the number 12 pick has made the playoffs 7 times and has made it to the championship game 2 times and has finished 3rd once. For Matt, the best pick he had the number 4 pick 2 times. So I don't know if he's had the number 12 pick in 2016, and that was it. So he has had it before. So, but again, for the first round, it may not be ideal for him. But again, he's doing boom, boom, back to back. He ends the first, starts the second. So it's going to be interesting what kind of running back, wide receiver combination he decides to start with. Because we all know based on the rankings, that's going to be the way to go. He's not going to pick 2 running backs. Of course he could, but... All right, here we go. So the next name out of the hat. The number 11 pick for the 2024 season. Mike, you are number 11. Now, typically, historically, the 11 pick, 6 times they've finished 9th or worse. 2 times they've finished 3rd overall. Looking on here last year, Mike had the number 12 pick. He finished 9th. And let's see. All right, nothing relevant from this standpoint on here. So that is what it is. So, Mike, you're a champion. You're definitely competitive. You know what you're doing. From the 11th spot, what those numbers show, I think Mike's going to put up a tough year to prove us wrong. So we'll see what he can do with it. Hamilton, right there. You are the number 10 pick for the draft this year. All right, the number 10 pick. Historically, 7 times the number 10 pick has made the playoffs. 1 time they've made it to the championship game, and there was 1 top 3 finish. So, or 3rd place finish, I guess you could say. So there is there's good potential out of that spot. Last year was Hamilton's first year into the league, so he has minimal history, obviously, in drafting. I did write it down to make note. Last year he had the 11 pick and he finished 10th. And yeah, it's just a matter of, second year in, let's see what he can do with it. All right, so 12, 11, and 10 are off the board. So here we go. So with the number 9 pick, Christina. Now, Christina will write her in here. Okay. From the number 9 spot, 2 times there's been a champion from this spot. 4 times they have missed the playoffs. 4 times they have made the playoffs. And then 3 times they were in the bottom of the league, unfortunately. But the main thing out of this spot, again, there's potential there. 2 times a champion, 4 times making the playoffs. So that's basically 44% chance of kind of going into having some extra positions. Now, as usual, Christina was, and again, obviously she's an OG, so this is her 10th season. 5 times she's picked 11th or worse. 2 times she's picked 9. So this is her 3rd time having the number 9 pick. So she's won it before. I forget where she picked when she won it, but she's definitely been able to do something with it. So let's see what she can do this year. Ryan Mays. Ryan Mays, you are our number 8 pick. All right, and based on what the numbers show here, let's see. For the number 8 pick, 5 times is finished 7th or lower, so the bottom half of the league. All right, that still means there is potential for a playoff spot because 7 or 8 seed. All right. And then there has been 1 time has made it to the championship game, finishing in 2nd. There's also been a 3rd place finish and a 4th place finish. So there is a lot of potential of this spot. It's just tough because it's various in terms of what it's actually going to become and what it's going to be. So right now we're getting into the number 7 pick. All right, for this year's 2024 draft. Let's see who comes out at the 7 pick. Whew. Oh, wait. There 2 came out, so I'm going to put them both back in. One was folded inside the other. I don't think that's ever happened before. Josh. You are the number 7 pick. All right, and let's see. For the number 7 pick, numbers show 2 times there's been a 3rd place finish. 2 times there's been a 4th place finish. 4 times he's finished 10th or worse. So it's not horrible, but it's not great. You definitely got the odds out for you. But basically what you're saying here is you figure what? At least 4 times definitely into the playoffs. 4 times definitely out. So those other 2 times was probably somewhere maybe between 7 and 9, maybe. So out of the 7 position, there is a good likelihood that you might be able to make the playoffs. In regards to you personally on here, you've had all sorts of high, mid, and low picks. So mid, in this case, being a 7 pick. You've given various performances not knowing overall what to expect. 2 times, you've finished 8th in 2018 and 2023. So, again, this is a year where you're going to have a mid pick. So, again, we know what you're capable of, the team you can put together. It's just going to be a matter of what are you going to be able to do with it. We got to wait and see. We're on the 6th pick right now. So for the draft for the 2024 season, our number 6 pick is Jarrett. So Jarrett, in recent years, let's see. So he had number 3 in 2022. Last year's draft in 23, he had the 10 pick, and again, but that's not a problem. So he's moved up, so he's better situation. Historically, from the number 6 spot, there has been a 1 finish, which has been champion, a 2 finish, which means in the championship game, and a 3 finish. Here's the kicker. This is the discouraging one, unfortunately. Since 2019. The 6 pick has not finished better than 9th place overall. Again, with Jarrett entering his 6th season, 3 times he's drafted from the 9th pick, so he's better above that. Regardless of his draft position, 4 of the 5 seasons he has made the playoffs, and 2 top 3 finishes, and both of those which were in the 22 and 23. So Jarrett is showing somehow he's always under the radar, but the numbers show that he's a team that knows how to draft, trade, waiver wire, free agency. So he's one of the ones that you have to watch. All right. So we're coming down the final stretch right here, the last 5 picks. All right. With the number 5 pick in the 2024 Marvel's Marbles Fantasy Football League Draft. Chance, you are number 5. Okay. Now, let's see. This is actually a pretty good spot. All of them have pretty interesting feedback from here. The number 5 position, the number 5 pick, 3 times has gone to a championship game. 4 times finished worse than 7th. So, but going back for a second, like I said, 3 times the 5 pick has gone to a championship game. One of those has walked away champion, which was Albert. So we have that there. Chance, you had the number 1 pick the last 2 years, and it didn't pan out for you. So hopefully things work out different for you for this year. And not for nothing, Chance is one of 2 rookies to ever have the number 1 pick. So that's a little something. Actually, no, I'm sorry, not Chance. That's somebody else. But that person is. We'll get back to that because, like I said, it's one of 2 people. So We're going through here. All right, so we're at the number 4 pick now. So I know 3 off the top of my head. I know 3 of the names left. 4. It's going to be interesting either way. I'm going blank right now just because I'm trying to figure out what the names are, but okay. All right, I know all 4 names. All right. With the number 4 pick in the 2024 Marbles Fantasy Football League Draft, the number 4 pick, Jose. Now, you guys heard me say what I just said about the number 5 pick, right? Very similar. With the number 4 pick, historically, 3 times has the number 4 pick made it to the championship game. Just like the number 5 pick, right? 1 time there was a champion out of those 3 times, just like the number 5 pick. And here's the kicker. Albert was that 1-time champion in the number 4 pick, just like he was in the number 5 pick. So again, right here in this situation, based on history, Chance and Jose are, I would say, are favorites in going to the championship based on where they are picking. That's what the numbers show. Again, we're talking about 9 years of numbers, so it's not like 2 or 3. It doesn't mean anything. 9 years of numbers, that kind of has a bit of a sample for you at this point. So right now what's left is, if I'm reading this right, it looks like me, Albert, and Ryan Bradley. Those are the 3 names left in the hat, if I'm reading this right. So the number 3 pick for the 2024 draft we have on here, Sean. All right. Now, I just took a glimpse before I opened that up. I had the number 3 pick last year, so that's not a problem. So whatever, I'll make that work. Historically on here, champions have been in the number 3 pick 3 times. 4 times has been a finish of 9th or worse. So there's 33% success rate, 33% failure rate, because you're not even getting to the playoffs for a shot. And that is pretty much on there. So at this point, we're down to Albert and Ryan Bradley. Now, this is going back to my fact earlier that I was mentioning. Ryan Bradley and Albert, I want you guys to listen to what I'm going to say very carefully right now. You two are the only rookies to ever have come into the league and have the number 1 pick. Albert had it in 2016, and Ryan, you had it in 2021. And I'm just looking at this right now. In 16, when Albert had the number 1 pick, I had the number 3 pick. In 2021, when Ryan had the number 1 pick, I had the number 4 pick, so I was close. One other similarity, in 2016, when Albert was that number 1, and 2021, when Ryan Bradley was that number 1, both years they finished in 8th place. We'll get more to that in a minute. So we're gonna do the number 2 pick right now. So the number 2 pick in the 2024 draft, Albert. So obviously we know what that means. And I will just finish it out here for the purposes of formality. Ryan Bradley. Now don't go. Wait, I still got a few things I got to touch on. Please hang in there and watch this to the end. I know some of you might turn it off just because you've heard all the information you want to hear. In regards to Albert being at the number 2 pick, 7 times the number 2 pick has finished worse. I'm sorry, 6 times has finished worse than 7th place, and there's been a champion out of the second pick 1 time. And for Ryan Bradley, going back to what I just kind of went over, 5 times the number 1 pick has finished in 8th. So that happened in 2016, 2018, 21, 22, and 23. Mike was the highest finishing number 1 pick. In 2019, he finished 4th overall. So we got ourselves a good draft order. All right. Now, I think I forgot to go over the jersey with you. Albert did pick it. All right. That's going to be the jersey right there. I think it's a nice, crisp, clean jersey. Looks good. But yeah, I definitely think we're in for something for something good this year. We've got a mixed up draft order, which is going to be nice. Some of you, like I said, in your positions, you've got something to prove, because I all know this whole league, we're all full of studs. Everyone's a stud in this league. So I think we're at the point where someone's going to want to change some positions. Our divisions are pretty good. They're pretty balanced. Again, we got the co-commissioner and pocket commissioner. They're fair people. So now it's just going to be a hell of a year in regards to all of this. The league having, and I say the league, I mean the NFL, having a new look with all these moves that happen between the draft and the free agencies and trades and stuff like that. So you got 2 weeks from today. All right. Again, the draft is going to be August 24th. It will be it's a Saturday, 2 weeks from now. It will be beginning. The clock will start at 8:15 p.m. that Saturday night. So figure, probably between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. Be mentally ready, sit and set up, get your stuff right. You got 2 weeks time to do your mock drafts. All right. I typically do about 5 or 6 mock drafts. That gets me right knowing what I need to do, what I should be looking for. Ideally, I would like to. I know we got some guys out of the area down along the coast down south, but I would like to try to get some of us to be able to get to Buffalo Wild Wings or somewhere to while we're doing the drafts. Hopefully, we can do that. But in the meantime, I hope you guys are looking forward to it as much as I am. I was psyched this morning getting ready to set this up. So everybody, have a good season. Think hard, draft hard, trade, chat it up, talk shit. Let's go!